Assalamu alaikum. Inshallah you're well, guys. So today I'm going to give a bit of a personal update because I've left Internal Audit. It's not something that I planned and it all happened a bit unexpected. So inshallah I'm going to give you a bit of an insight today, and who knows, my experiences may help you out. I'm just going to give a brief recap to begin with. Now, I've been post-qualified for around 6 years and I've spent all of that time in Internal Audit. And I chose Internal Audit because I felt it was the best transition. I really enjoyed the controls aspect of the role whilst I was in External Audit. I didn't really see myself as being an accountant, and there was also an element of fear. I didn't want to transition into something completely different, of which I had no experience of. So my first role in Internal Audit was with a FTSE 100 company. I spent around 18 months there at the internal auditor level, and I absolutely loved it. I only left because I was offered redundancy. After I took that redundancy, I then moved to my current employer, who are a Fortune 100 company. I joined as a senior internal auditor, and last year, alhamdulillah, I was promoted to an internal audit manager. Now, since I've joined internal audit, I've not really been interested in going out and gaining experience in another area of finance. Nothing bad to do with those areas, but I've just really enjoyed my time in internal audit. I've loved the amount of travel. I've had the opportunity to travel locally and internationally. I really enjoy the variety of work. Sometimes I'll be in the office, other days I'll be out traveling at a site, a store maybe, a processing center, and there's been a lot of variety on offer in terms of my work. I've had great exposure to senior leadership across different areas outside of finance. So in the short to medium term, I definitely saw my career progressing in internal audit, and whenever I had career catch-ups or development chats with my manager, that was always the plan. He knew that I wanted to stay in internal audit. And then quite recently my manager approached me about another role within inventory control, which is another area of our finance function, and all of it was quite unexpected. Now, my manager is someone who I have a great relationship with. He's very experienced and he's at the level that I want to be at. Now, in my career, I started off, I wanted to be a CFO, but my career plans changed quite differently. And right now, I'd like to get up to the senior manager, junior director level, which is where my manager currently sits at. And here I am being told about a role by someone who I highly respect. And at this stage, I'm intrigued. I want to find out more about the opportunity, even though I still see my career within internal audit. The role, to give you a bit more detail, involves managing inventory movements, specifically across our distribution centers. So it involves a lot of business partnering with the distribution centers, and it involves managing a team of 8 who are based across Europe. As part of any role, there is an element of day-to-day processes, but in this role, the good thing is you're responsible for driving efficiency improvements, so how inventory is managed at the processing centers. So I had a lot of scope within this role. Now, as I mentioned, guys, I saw my career in internal audit, but I was intrigued. I wanted to find out more about this role, and at this stage, a few thoughts were going through my head. Firstly, I thought there has to be some sort of plan in place, because my manager would have only approached me if someone had suggested my name to him. Oh, I think Fez is suitable for that particular role. Naturally, I felt wanted, which was a great thing. I thought, although I saw my career in internal audit, if someone wants me to be in that particular role, I should dedicate my time and efforts and think about it properly at least. Secondly, I thought about my career goals, which was I wanted to get to my manager's level. If I look at his group, I think everyone, bar one person, has done a rotation within another area of finance. So the reality is, if I want to get to his position, doing a secondment to another area or a move to another area will only improve my chances. Remember what I say, guys, rotation gives you exposure to different areas of the business, it improves your understanding, and more importantly, exposure to different leaders as well. Then I thought about the team and the role. Inventory control generally within any company is highly valued. I'd also go from managing a team of 3 to managing a team of 7, 8 individuals across Europe. It was definitely going to be a stretch. I was going to learn and develop. And I'm probably selling you the role at this stage. I'm talking about the things that are good. And honestly, yes, these are great things, but my heart was still in internal audit. I think there was an element of, I don't want to go out of my comfort zone. But the reality is that if you want to develop and grow, you have to go outside your comfort zone. You have to learn new things and show that you can adapt to new experiences. So I went ahead and had a catch-up with my new to-be manager. And this was just a 30-minute general catch-up. Nothing technical about the role, because honestly, those things can be learned. It was more about to discuss the wider objectives of the role, what sort of opportunities on offer, what were the challenges, and what was expected of me. Now, a lot of things were discussed, but the thing that mattered to me, which my new to-be manager manager mentioned was visibility. I would have visibility to a range of senior leaders, including those who I hadn't had much exposure to in my current role in internal audit. And for me, that was a great thing because remember, guys, what was my career goal? My goal was to get to my manager's level, to get promoted to the next stage. And having exposure to different senior leaders, having more people fighting for you, having more people speaking positively about you is only a good thing to help you get promoted. So after this call, I thought about it a bit and quite quickly I agreed. I said, yes, it's going to challenge me. It's going to be new experience, new opportunity to build relationships, and most importantly, it will help me in my path to get promoted. I guess the thing I want you to take away from this video is that you plan and I plan, but Allah Azza wa Jal is the best of planners. And although we may have a career plan in place, I speak to lots of people who want to be CFOs, FDs, partners, and that's absolutely great. But don't close your ears to opportunities which may deviate from your current career plan because they may be good for you. In 1 hour, my whole career plans changed. For years, I thought I wanted to progress in internal audit and I'm going to stay in internal audit. But I had a 30-minute chat with my old manager and a 30-minute chat with my new manager. And inshallah, I then moved over to my new team within a few weeks. I didn't dwell on it for weeks. I just reflected a little bit and I thought, will this help me in my next career goal? Once I had answered that question, I thought, right, let's do it. Inshallah, I'll keep you up to date on how I'm progressing, the new experiences I'm coming across, but I'll leave it there. As always, any questions or queries, please feel free to comment below or message me on Instagram.